Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 3rd of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a phase of damage control. We do know that Bob Chapek and Bob Iger are trying everything in their power to really regain a majority of the Star Wars fans that they lost because of how they handled the sequel trilogy era. There's no denying the fact that The Last Jedi, ever since the release of that movie by Rian Johnson, is that, well, we've seen a steady decline in the Star Wars franchise and the fan interest in the Star Wars universe in general. So thankfully now the new EU is being set up. They actually aim to make this universe far larger than the old one that we got back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Now, with that being said, of course, we do know that FFL, or LFF as I like to call them, Lucas, Favreau, and Filoni, are all working together as a very dedicated team in order to really bring in authentic Star Wars stories, whether it's in the forms of books, comics, novels, video games, and of course the live-action Star Wars TV series to come on Disney+. So we do know that Disney is really trying to do something pretty much as authentic as possible. That's what they want to do. They want to stick to the vision by George Lucas, something that really was lacking of in the sequel trilogy, right? The tone overall in the sequels felt far different than what George Lucas did with the prequels and the originals. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films as well as their new Star Wars universe. Now, it's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are currently hard at work on developing a better future for the Star Wars universe, both for Disney Plus and for the new films to arrive in theaters. Now, it's explained that they have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works. This mainly has to do with the live-action and animated TV shows to arrive on the Disney Plus platform. Now, it's explained that one of the TV shows that are being developed for Disney Plus will involve George Lucas's original TV series that will be revived. It's noted that Disney is going to revive the Star Wars TV series known as Star Wars Underworld. This series will explore the underworld and criminal organizations on the streets of Coruscant, as well as other worlds that fans have never seen before in the Star Wars galaxy. However, the series is aimed to mainly take place on the world of Coruscant to expand the familiar worlds of the Star Wars community. Now, George Lucas is said to be involved with the development of the show, as he will be lending a hand in providing many of his original ideas for Star Wars Underworld that was originally going to release sometime after Revenge of the Sith before it was cancelled. The plan to revive Star Wars Underworld comes from Disney CEO Bob Chapek and Bob Iger in order to bring in more of George Lucas's work for the Star Wars brand. Now, the series, however, is set to take place during the events of the prequel trilogy era, and that this TV show will not be based in a brand new timeline. It is set to take place during the events of Revenge of the Sith, and will have significant tie-ins to Order 66 from different points of view from the Star Wars timeline. Now, Kathleen Kennedy is said to not be involved with this project, thankfully, in any way, shape, or form, and that Lucas is allowing Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau to offer creative choices for the new TV show that will be very dark and gritty as a TV show. Now, even more so than The Mandalorian. However, they aim to make the show similar to The Mandalorian as far as tone goes. Now, right now, Disney is looking for writers and directors to become a part of the 10-episode series that they aim to drop sometime in 2024 on Disney Plus, and that they have a plan to eventually release 3 Star Wars TV series a year that will be a mixture between both live-action and animated material for the fans around the world. Now, the pre-production phase for this new show is actually already starting, and that they aim to begin filming sometime in late 2021, where the filming is described to be more involved and complex in general. So let me say one thing right here, is that Star Wars Underworld, in case you guys missed it, there was a lot of footage that was released not too long ago of what George originally wanted to do after Revenge of the Sith back in 2005. He wanted to actually make his own TV series. This was really an on and off project. It was cancelled, then it was ready to go again, then it was cancelled. It was really like the Boba Fett Star Wars movie. It was almost similar to that production, right? Now, when we look at it from Disney's standpoint here, obviously this is an attempt to really use this TV show as the definition. Very excited to see, what this is going to look like in the form of live action, showing us the underworld of Coruscant, showing us the criminals and the scum and the organizations that we have never seen before in great detail here. So, yes, we've seen this before in comics and legends and even some canon material out there and being described in books and stuff. But now we're going to be getting this in live action form in the coming years. So that's one other thing to look forward to. So like I said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.